Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot. This is a reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars for February 2022. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and if you're new here, please like and comment if you like these videos. I will remind you again in the end of the reading, but I'm just saying for the ones who returned and didn't subscribe yet, it just really helps the channel. All of our channels here on YouTube, all the tarot readers really benefit from that. So if it's not a big deal for you, then take a second, hit the subscribe button. All right, this reading is divided in 3 parts. The first part is general energy for your self-development. Second part is a love and love relationship situation. And then in the third part, I also draw some charms. This is exclusively for the English-speaking reading. I do these readings also in German. Check out the description box for all the information that you need. And yeah, let's get started. We have an interesting month also astrologically. There's a lot of action going on in Mercury, so I like that. There is a lot of new ideas, progressive thinking, forward thinking. So we do have new moon in Aquarius on February 1st. Aquarius and Mercury belong together. Mercury is the ruler of Aquarius. We do have full moon in Leo, which is exciting, which is fun, which is also fun for romantic energies. And we do have Mercury moving direct on the 3rd, and also Juno entering Aquarius, which is the planet also of marriage, of long-term partnership and of serious connections. So, or it's not a planet, it's more like a dwarf planet kind of situation, star. So yeah, let's look at the general energies for you and your self-development. I really love this. You have the Prince of Swords here, who already talks about all this Aquarius energy. He's a free thinker, he's a rebellious thinker, he's really moving forward with intense ideas, with groundbreaking ideas, with swift and direct communication, fast thinking. In this deck, I love this because he's a rebellious energy here in this deck, and he's really not afraid to say the things that might be uncomfortable, but the truth, you know, he's not afraid to speak the uncomfortable truth. He's not afraid to search for uncomfortable truths that also might hurt him in the process a little bit, but he is really standing the test of this knowledge, and he knows how to handle knowledge. So very, very, very intense energy here, especially in this deck. We have a Jesus, if you see this here in the back. So there is a little bit of a spirit of Jesus here, who was also this sort of rebellious forward communicator that said the things as they are. We have to be careful, of course, not to get too much into a martyr energy and hurt ourselves too much, but it's here really for our higher development, and especially if the Prince of Swords is upright, he is definitely a positive energy here. So yeah, higher knowledge, fast thinking, fast movement, moving forward precisely with all the facts also figured out. So that's very Virgo-ish, I would say. And I think you're really learning a lot also about yourself and about strategy and how to move forward in a situation. It's interesting that the Lovers come up here in reverse, because I think it is also about understanding more of what's the right opposite or the right counterpart for you when it comes to, this could be any situation in your life, you know, it could be love, it could be projects, it could be projects that are very dear to your heart. This could also be like maybe something I thought is really good for me, maybe it's not that good for me, it doesn't really bring me that much joy and peace and happiness that I thought. Or it could also be just a new thing coming in, a new opportunity, a new heartfelt opportunity that feels really intense in the moment, but at the same time, when looking at all the facts here with the Prince of Swords, you might realize, okay, this is maybe not for me. I have a feeling that I don't want to step into it, or I'm not 100% sure if I can trust this. So the Lovers in reverse is something where we are not allowing ourselves to really fall in a situation, if that's a love situation or a work situation. We are not fully stepping into this opposite or counterpart kind of situation. And I think in this case, this is a good decision. This is, of course, a very specific way of reading the cards, and if you feel like, well, I know exactly that this is what I want, then this will be a moment of doubt, you know. But the outcome is either way a good outcome with the Nine of Cups, because you're really prioritizing your well-being emotionally and your happiness and your independence. With the Nine of Cups, you're really in an energy where, like, this is my priority, that by the end of the day I feel good about myself, I feel content. In the Crowley deck, this card is really called happiness, but I think it's really more about contempt. Often it's more about an emotional fulfillment where you really can lean back at the end of the day, and even though you have different emotions, of course, you know how to handle them, and you know how to stay in your balanced self. You also know how to bring joy into yourself, into your life yourself. You don't need other people, other circumstances. You're not dependent so much on what's going on outside of you. You understand how to create this feeling of well-being for yourself. A feeling of well-being is probably a good way to describe this. So you're also really putting in the work, and you're really focused on how can you stay in this and how can you do the right things. When it comes to this. With the Eight of Pentacles, maybe you're also finding solitude in a positive way in work. Maybe you can find a lot of satisfaction in work and in concentrating on tasks. And maybe it's also easier for you right now to focus on stuff, and important to focus on work in general. Maybe you want to master something, or you want to finish up a project and really put the focus in the last bits and pieces that you want to bring together. So with the Eight of Pentacles, we're mastering something. It's really good. So what else? We have in a love situation. This is amazing. You guys, Virgo, this is amazing. You are in the position of the Emperor, and what's beautiful here is that there is also this Five of Pentacles card that came out for dealing with past cycles or what you leave in the past. So there is a feeling that maybe during Mercury retrograde also there did feelings of lack come up, maybe, or of feeling left out, or of not getting what you want, or of feeling maybe abandoned. All these feelings within ourselves that put us in a position where we feel like we're not good enough, or there is not enough that is given to us in relationships and situationships. You might be able now, or it looks like you're very much able now in February to really leave this behind. The Emperor is such a sophisticated energy. The Emperor is not looking away from his past. He very much has integrated his past. He is a very mature, very grown, very, I want to say, wise energy even, that has a lot of drive still, and he's in his prime, basically. So I feel like in relationships, when it comes to relationships, you're in your prime when it comes to getting what you want and really focusing on the picture that you want, and really being in power and in control of your destiny and of what you want to draw in. Because the Emperor here, look at that, he really looks at the Ten of Cups, and it seems like you're just looking at this picture. This is what I want. Maybe there is a specific person you see and you're like, this is the person I want. I've never been so sure in my life. If that's the case, this person really shows itself, and this is a good call, I think, because this looks like true love. This very much looks like true love. If there is a specific person, especially a Leo, I see, doesn't have to be, of course, but if there's not a specific person, I think you have a very, very, very good outlook on what it is that you want in relationships, what it is that you want in love. I think you have a very clear understanding of how it's supposed to feel for you, how you want to be yourself and you want this other person to be themselves. This is the Sun card, so for me that's the true love card in connections, because it's the card where we can really show ourselves fully, where we can be kids together, but at the same time we really express ourselves in a fun and exciting way, and we are trusting our power, we are trusting the power of light, and we don't feel like we have to be something different or somebody different. We can just be ourselves, and we are equally respected and accepted as that. So this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful picture here with the 10 of Cups, the Sun, and the Emperor. It really seems like you know exactly what you want, you know exactly what you want to go for, and you're going to work for it no matter what. There is, of course, a sense of no compromise here, and just as a little marker, and not as something, not to you know, ruin your parade, because it looks like you have a wonderful parade here, but just you know, if this gets too specific, then there is maybe a little bit of a lack of flexibility, because relationships and people are not perfect, you know, but understanding how things in the imperfect can be perfect. I think this is what this is saying as well, because all these energies are upright. So I'm not looking for the bad thing in this reading. I'm just saying that things, it's also important to keep that in mind, you know. With the Stone card, I will read from the book. This is also really nice, especially here when it comes to a very stern outlook on what you want, which is, I think, not even a bad thing right now. You know, not compromising when it comes to your happiness, and when it comes to just a very sophisticated or a very grown up perspective on how you want to live relationships. Emotionally grown up. All right, so the stone. The stone, the eternal, the anchor, the rock. As an archetypal object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight. I'm sorry, I'm not a native English speaker, but you know, you have to deal with what you get here. Its energy is one of permanence, concreteness, and reliability. The stone's ability to transform is nearly imperceptible to us, as it changes ever so slowly over countless human lifespans. A single stone may see thousands of generations come and go, therefore it contains an ancient and eternal presence. The stone is best used to anchor our wild side, so no matter how far we roam, we can always find our way back. The stone tethers us to earth, helping to ground and connect us to stillness, quiet, and peace. When this card appears, it is likely the stone is a remedy for what ails us. Humble and easily unnoticed, the power of the stone balances the frenzy of our world. All right, so when the stone is steadfast, when the stone is light, then it's steadfast, loyal, committed, and present energy. When dark, then weighted down, holding back, cold. If you want to go deeper, check out Caspar David Friedrich's A Walk at Dusk. And there is some more notes. In Jewish mourning traditions, stones are left at graves rather than flowers. Sit with this vision for a moment and see what unfolds. I love this. And one more, build a cairn, I don't know what that is, C-A-I-R-N, in nature. Find inspiration in Andy Goldworthy's stone egg forms. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's also work those Astro dice and the charms. Scorpio, 12th house. Ooh, wow. Okay. And the South Node. This is intense. Wow. Okay. This is a deep transformation And I think also a transformation of ego in a sense, because the Emperor really talks about ego and talks about this is what I want and I'm gonna work for it. And the way he looks at this Eight of Pentacles, it really stands out to me. And even if I have to let go parts of myself, is what I see, and unhealthy parts of my ego, so I can step into my full potential here also with the Sun. The Sun also here is here, I feel like, to remind you how far you've come from where you've come and where you're going. So keep that in mind. And oh, this is the true note. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is actually about where you are going and stepping more and more into your true soul self, which is also represented by the relationships you live, of course, and how you live them. So wow, this is very powerful. This is very, very powerful here. And this is also Virgo coming through. Did I say Scorpio? Oh yeah, I think I said Scorpio. I'm sorry, this is Virgo. This is your sign. And it is really about you. This is so much about you. This is about you. The Sun, Aries, and the Virgo charm, and your emotional fulfillment and happiness and your wish fulfillment and how you want to live things. So I think really hold that vision. If there is no specific person, hold that vision. Hold on to that and keep working at it, keep focusing on it, because you're so there already. I feel like you're already there. Maybe the person is not there yet, but you are there, and now the person will show up, you know. And if a person shows up right now, I think it's gonna be it. I really do. This is amazing. You'll know, you know, with the Lovers in reverse, you'll know who to let into your realm, and you know what you want. And with the Lovers in reverse, you also know when not to trust yourself. I know it sounds weird, but you know, trusting that you don't trust a situation, it's still trusting. I know it's weird. That's all twisting the brain, but a Virgo, I think, can handle it. All right, so let's look at the charms. Oh wow, okay, you might be also meet somebody in the public arena. Somebody might maybe contact you even. Maybe even you just switched up your public image. And maybe you're communicating. I see social media for some reason. Maybe you're very active in social media, communicating, and you might be seen by a lot of people, and people might be drawn to you. Things might also come to light. So it's important this month to educate yourself about love, about relationships, about dynamics. You can really find knowledge here, Prince of Swords, and this is my education charm, when it comes to love and relationships and love and how you want to live it on a more practical level. There needs to be I think a deeper understanding of what is love that has the potential to be transformed, and what are partners or people where you're like, okay, there is a love connection involved, but there is really this stiff attachment here, where you feel like maybe there is no potential to transform a situation. Because here with this, there is a double Venus evidence here. So this is a Venus charm for me, and it's that means with the Lovers here that there is love. There might be love involved with certain people, but you also understand that there is maybe attachment issues, or people are holding on too tight to a situation, so there is not much ability to transform or potential to transform connections. And I think this is what you're not trusting, even though this could still be magical and strong bonds, you know, but It might not be enough anymore, because this is magic, you know, this is my magic charm. But look at that, that's the same stone, but it's much bigger, and there's something much bigger coming your way. Even though things were magical in the past with certain people and certain attachments, this is maybe not loves that were able to transform itself. And that's so often the case that we encounter, because often people don't want to transform themselves either, you know, so just the wrong time. Yeah, this is about really the self, the grounding, the understanding, the self-awareness, the authenticity, here this charm, and understanding how that also those connections from the past also formed you into the person that you are. I know this is a hard one, it's a tough one to integrate, at least in my experience. Because sometimes you don't want to give people the credit. That's sometimes in my thinking, it's like, no, I did this all myself. But yeah, there's so much. You have the right idea of what kind of love, you know, you want to come your way. This is a very peaceful sort of Libra harmony kind of love. So maybe you're dealing with a Libra. And yeah, that's it. Virgo, that's it. That's a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, like, comment, and enjoy this wonderful month of understanding so much more about love. Thank you. Bye.